What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tons of 505, and today I'm going to be continuing my top 100 album series. And well, now I made it to number 80, Lola versus Powerman and the Moneygoround Part 1 by the Kinks. And well, we just keep moving along on this top 100 albums list, and a very, very fun list to make and to make videos on. Of course, got to give shout outs as usual. I've been doing this for a lot of the videos now. New to the channel if you are welcome to the channel if you're new, um, or welcome back if you are a lovely subscriber. I always appreciate recurring people leaving comments. I always appreciate that. It's always a pleasure seeing the comments and seeing the feedback. Of course, always a pleasure. Uh, and of course, I gotta always thank my friend group. They been watching my videos, my top 100 albums. Uh, More specifically, I gotta give a shout out to Jacob Martin and Ryan Cam. They said they're going to be listening to all the albums of my top 100 albums. So that's great. So thank you guys for doing that. Always nice to see to get some support from you guys. Basically feels like what I'm doing is basically worthwhile. So thank you. Always appreciate that. Without further ado, let's review the album. This album was released November 27th of 1970. This was the sort of end of their classic period, because the Kinks, they had a period where they like their early period where they were kind of like blues rock, but then a lot of fans such as me think like after like 65, like 66 to 70s, like their golden period of making their best music. um I mean, there's gonna be more Kinks albums from this big period from them. Just you wait and see. It's their big five, and well, this is my least favorite of their big five. Some people might think that's controversial for thinking that, like, oh, this is their best album. I don't blame you. This is like their fifth best album of over 20 albums. So even I think it's like a contender for being like literally one of the best albums they made. It's really good and a true testament to their quality. It's so good. I love this album to death. And well, let's get right into the track listing. First song on the album is The Contenders. And great opening track right away. It kind of opens up with like kind of like a country sounding song. Um, Sounds like a country song at first, but then it becomes like a big rock song. Like really good song. Pretty good power rock song to open up the album. Next song on the album, Strangers. This is a masterpiece. This is one of Dave Davies' best lead vocals, one of his best written songs. Of course, my favorite written and song from Dave Davies is "Death of a Clown," but this is a close. This is like I wouldn't say close second, but it's up there for being one of Dave Davies' absolute masterpieces in my opinion. Definitely one of the best songs on the album. But there's just so many great songs on this album. Denmark Street, another fun song on the album. I'm gonna follow your nose. Very fun song from them. Get Back in Line. Uh, Basically, the band has to sell out. Basically, Should I Starve? You know, this and that. It's a pretty sad song where it's like, what should I do? And then, of course, Uh, he ends up taking the bait and ends up he ends up making the number one hit, which is Lola. Lola, I mean, Lola is such a great. I mean, I used to not like it, but the more I listen to it, the more I like it. It's a song that has grown on me a lot more over time. It's a song that I really enjoy. It's stupid. The theming is dumb, but it's a song that I've come to enjoy over time. What's another? Yeah, this is another part I'm thinking of. I'm trying to think of lyrics off the top of my head. I'm not the most physical guy, but would you squeeze me tight? It's great. It's great, great stuff. And then after that, you got Top of the Pops. What a fun song. It's number one, Pop Top of the Pops. Great song. It's another one of their top songs, in my opinion. Bum 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 bum, kind of like with the Louie Louie, they replicate that. Money Go Round. This song's amazing. Very Paul McCartney esque track. Always has been a song that I've always really enjoyed. It's a song that I've enjoyed for quite a bit of time now. Uh, to me, this is definitely one of their best songs, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it's a song that definitely needs to be talked about more. It's short, it's sweet, but it's something that you would hear from like a Beatle album, which I'm a big Beatle fan, so that's kind of that's definitely a sucker for that song. Side two, here's the thing though, I love side two as well, but I think side one's a lot stronger than side. I think side one's a lot stronger than side two. That like I don't really revisit side two as much. I mean, unless I'm listening to the album, or I mean, I should say I don't really revisit the songs on side two as much, and it doesn't affect my enjoyment of the album, but it definitely affects where it ranks on the album. Like to me, this is still like a perfect 10 out of 10 album, but I gotta say, definitely side one's the big side of the album. But speaking of which, side two, This Time Tomorrow, that's a good song. It's not like one of my absolute favorites on the album, but it's a nice way to open up the next side. Long Way From Home, be honest, is my least favorite on the album. I don't think the harmonies are really that good on this song. They're not really a harmony band. There's some nice moments of the song, but it's definitely my least favorite on the album. Rats, that's an epic song. Uh, Great, another great Dave Davies song. Not as good as Strangers per se, but it's definitely an epic song on the album. Eight Man, Eight Men. Love Eight Men. Man, that's a great song. It's so stupid and goofy, but I love it. Powerman, another epic song on the album. To me, definitely the best song on the second side of the album. Arguably the best song on the album. There's just so many. There's actually so many contenders to be my favorite on the album, but this is definitely a contender. Gotta Be Free kind of opens up the way the contenders do, and well, it's basically the reprise of Gotta Be Free. Well, technically, Gotta Be Free is like the prelude version of it, and this is like the actual song. And yeah, great way to end off the album, and yeah, great way to kind of close out the big period for Kinks. For the Kinks, this is like the closing of their big five. So there's that. Well, my top five. Number five, go with Strangers. Number four, I'm gonna go with Denmark Street. Number three, I'm gonna go with Top of the Pops. Number two, I'm gonna go with The Money Go Round, and number one, I'm gonna go with Power Man. So, side one does get my favorite song on the album. This is such a great album. I just gotta preface that this is an album that, if you're not a Kinks fan or you don't really know the Kinks albums, this is definitely this or well, there's another album I'm gonna cover way down the line that I recommend for first time Kinks listeners. But If you're not sure about the Kinks, listen to this album. This is like the big album to listen to because it has Lola on it, has that big song on it, but definitely check it out. It's really good and, well, it's a great album. But thank you guys so much for watching this video and, well, see you guys next time. See ya.